Hello, I am Charley Willis, a mental health therapist.
I'm Ronald Willis, Imagine Family Therapist, Charlie. And what do you think about long distance relationships?
Very interesting topic.
You like long distance relationships?
I didn't say that. I just said it's a very
I asked you
interesting
what
topic.
you like about it.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, man, let's watch this clip. Charlie, what's up? What's up? I got some good news and I got some bad news. What you want to know first?
Really? I don't know, Ron. I guess. What's the good news?
I got that job, Charlie. I got the J.O.B. making buku money. Your hubby did it. That's right, baby. I put it down.
Well, it's about time.
That's right, man.
So, that's good news. So, what's the bad news?
So what now?
What's the bad news? You said there was good news and bad news.
Really not that bad. Just jobs in Kuwait.
You gonna wait? What now?
The jobs is in Kuwait, Charlie. That's all.
Kuwait, as in Kuwait, entirely another, I don't know, universe?
The universe? No. Kuwait's not that far. I only be gone for 1 year.
1 year?
That's all.
Ronald, that's ridiculous.
What do you mean ridiculous? We need the money.
So you took the job?
Of course I took the job. What do you think I'm going to do? You going to offer me a job making that much money? I'm going to turn it down? And we need the money?
Why would you do that without talking to me, without us making a decision to do that? Why would you do that?
Because we need the money, Charlie. That was a slam dunk decision.
Ronald, it's not just about you. I need to be a part of that too.
I'm the provider, Charlie. And right now, we need some money in this household.
It's not a good decision, Ronald. You left me out of the equation.
What was you going to say then, Charlie? No.
Well, welcome to RCRC, that is the Relationship Connection, where we equip, empower, and educate couples on how to thrive in their relationships. How? Through candid conversations, right here on this platform.
All right, now don't forget to help support this ministry by making a contribution to our Cash App at First Focus Faith. And if you're watching by YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe. Do it all, because we need it all.
And again, if you want to learn more about us, check us out on our website, firstfocusfaith.com. All right.
We got all that good stuff out of the way. Let's dive into this clip we just watched about getting a job overseas. Okay? And naturally, you don't like that, right?
Well, yeah, let's get into the clip. So I just expressed my
Disappointment.
yes, and on the decision that you made to take a job overseas. There's a number of things going on here. Number one, you didn't even consult me. We didn't talk about it and decide how that will look.
What about the number one,
for
finance?
For the family, or my feelings about it, you know.
The feelings are the money, Charlie.
How we were going to navigate through that, you know. If it's
how are we going to navigate if I don't have
any
money?
Issues in our relationship.
We need the finance.
How are we going to still stay connected?
We can stay connected even though overseas.
Yes, you can.
I think there's a lot of misconception about working overseas in a long distance relationship.
Yes.
Because no one comes in a relationship and purposely want a long distance relationship. Even if you marry a soldier, you still don't want a long distance relationship. If the soldier leaves, you want to leave with him. Okay?
Right. I can't say I have been in that position where it's been overseas. You know, having a long distance relationships. I can't say that I can, but I can comment on the States, which I didn't like that. So I don't think I was too much like that.
Yeah, because most people don't like long distance relationship. When you first mentioned it, as we did in the clip, you was very negative about it.
Was I?
That's right, man. You want to be considered. Was you going to change something if I told you? Yes, I was wrong for not sharing those thoughts with you and letting you know I'm considering this, and then I got the job without even telling you. But in the end, if I would have invited you in that conversation, would things have changed for you? Would you have said, no, can't go overseas, we got to do something else?
I don't know if I would have said that, but I think it's the fact that my feelings is very important. I feel like should have been considered when they weren't. That's a big thing.
Yeah, because I think from my perspective, I was coming from a place that you're not going to really like this long distance stuff. That's why I said, I got good news and I got bad news. And I really didn't want to tell you the bad news when I was telling you. I was trying to minimize it and make it not as bad because there's a lot of misconception about long distance relationship.
Well, as you said already.
That's right.
So let's get.
So that's where I was coming from. I did not want to invite you into the conversation. I didn't want to invite you into decision making. I really wanted to pressure you and to say, okay, he already took the job, so let him go.
I'm at that point right now.
Yes, let him go and stuff. So one of the major misconceptions, the long distance relationship don't work.
Okay, all right, and please, if you are in a long distance relationship and it's working for you,
that's why it's a misconception. But
okay,
that's not true.
That's okay.
That's
all
true
right,
in some cases and
all
true in others. You know, there's thousands of relationships that has been in a long distance relationship and it worked. But however, when you have not been in and you think about it, you often think negative about it. Like, oh man, this is not going to work. How's it going to work when you overseas and I'm over here? How's it going to work? How the kids and all these things comes into play and stuff. Mm-hmm. And naturally, there's a negative thought process about it. Okay?
All right. Okay.
And then if you have any friends that been in a long relationship didn't work, guess how you gonna think?
This is relationship that didn't work. You may think that they don't work.
Well, Sally Sue was in one and they ended up getting a divorce. Whoever Sally Sue is.
Right.
Right. So one of the misconceptions is it doesn't work. What's another misconception, Charlie?
Okay. Well, what about the reality to it?
What do you mean reality?
So, all right. So if we're thinking about a long distance relationship that don't work, what about the mindset of the partner, of both partners going into that? Is that a factor? If we have a common goal and I say, hey, you know what? We sit down and we talk about why we're doing this, could that work?
Perhaps.
But if I buck.
Yeah, however, because I have a thought process that you think it's not going to work, I don't want to sit down and have a talk with you. I'm trying to secure finances in the home. So I don't want to have a conversation with you because you're going to try to change things and you're going to try to persuade me not to get the job. So I just want to go out and get this job without even consulting you about it because ultimately I'm in a place where I think this is the only choice I have. And I think you're going to say no to it.
Okay, yeah. So that's going to add to it not working.
That's right. That will add to it not working. So that's why we want to make sure that people understand the misconception about long distance relationship. It's not all bad. It's not all good either, but it's not all bad.
Okay.
So what's another misconception going on?
All right. So the person may go outside of the relationship. They may cheat.
Cheaters cheat.
Well, I'm just saying that if you're want affection and
not getting physical needs met.
Yeah, there you go.
So Sally Sue over here, she's looking good.
Okay.
And she's having a conversation with me, and I'm looking at her looking good.
Okay.
However, long distance relationship doesn't necessarily make someone cheat.
I believe that.
Either you're going to cheat or you're not going to cheat, and a long distance relationship will not make someone cheat. Either you're going to be faithful or you're not going to be faithful.
What about
you're going to be committed or you're not going to be committed.
Yeah.
Being separate doesn't create this platform that automatically I am going to cheat.
I think also the foundation of how the relationship is before that even happens. If you may be not as strong as you should be already, the relationship, that opportunity, and being separated.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if your relationship is not sexually fulfilling from the start, the long distance won't create the cheating. It's the lack of being sexually fulfilled might create it.
Really?
Yeah, the long distance may give you more of an opportunity to do something you already was going to do anyway. Now I really can do it because there's no way I'm going to get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so to me, that's another misconception about long distance relationship, that you don't have an automatic thought that because Ron is taking a job overseas, he's going to cheat. What do you think?
I think if you have an automatic thought to that, there's some issues in your relationship already.
So you think
for me, if I'm thinking, if you presented that to me,
right,
of taking this job, and I start automatically thinking, well, he's gonna cheat. Why am I automatically thinking that? You know,
because sexual needs are not being fulfilled at that particular time.
Okay, this is a good question. This is a good question. So let's flip the script.
Flip it, y'all. We're gonna flip it.
So if I decide to do that, then
I'm gonna have automatic thought you might cheat.
Really?
Just letting you know that. Charley gonna cheat. She's gonna cheat. Oh, you should say for real?
Yes.
Oh no, I don't have that automatic thought. I would say I would have that thought though. It wouldn't be an automatic thought. It may linger in my head like, oh man, Charley gonna be gone for a year. You know, she don't have Ron Willis to put it down.
Okay, whatever.
She might be missing some stuff, and
whatever.
Joe Smooth Suave come in, swinging things everywhere, looking good, and she might fall into temptation, y'all.
Okay, all right. All right, but that's not a promise that would happen.
Yeah, but if your relationship tight and right, okay, there's no cheating gonna be going on.
Right.
You know, if you're committed to your spouse and you love your spouse and you want to make your relationship work, the long distance does not cause the person to cheat. It does not.
Okay. All right.
Okay? I'm gonna be faithful regardless of where I'm at. Whether I'm with you or not with you, I'm faithful to you.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, everybody ain't faithful.
Nope, they're not.
Yeah. What's another misconception out there, Charley?
All right, it's all the work of a relationship with none of the benefits.
What does that mean? None of the benefits.
What does that mean?
Well, you're losing your connection, I guess. Emotional connection.
Okay.
You're definitely losing the physical connection.
Right.
You didn't get in a relationship for your spouse to be overseas.
No, I did not.
You got in a relationship so your spouse could be in the house with you.
Yes. But granted, some people go into a relationship this way. We understand that. Some people even go into marriage that way. What do you think about movie stars? And
The long distance relationship?
Some of them live on the other side of the world. Well, I don't know about the world, but
it's going back.
Well, it can.
What the money does for you. It can create this separation. Why does it seem like most movie stars' marriage don't work? Okay?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Because definitely you can't be in this long distance relationship for a long term.
Right.
It's going to create a disconnect.
Yeah. Okay.
And it may create some of these misconceptions that we're talking about. Because misconception is based on some truth.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah.
Because it had occurred. Somebody has been in a long distance relationship and somebody cheated. Now, it might not have been because of the long distance, it might be because of the person, but those things did occur.
Right.
So
opportunity presents.
Right. So our automatic thoughts, we don't like it, we go to the negative. We go negative on it. I don't like this. These things gonna happen. If you go overseas and you get this job, you're gonna cheat, and we're not gonna have the same connection. Our relationship is gonna be bad. It's So those are thoughts that create a thought pattern of really trying to convince the person not to do it.
Yeah.
Although in this particular situation, there's a financial challenge that may suggest this might help.
Okay. I also think with that misconception about it's all the work of the relationship, but none of the benefits. Again, if you're going back to goals on why the person is doing this, and maybe they're and it's not long term. It's not going to be like for the duration of the relationship. They're trying to get a common goal to get something established. And, maybe you can get through that way.
That's right. So what's another misconception in our last one?
All right. The relationship is going to change for the worse.
That seems like it's true. How could a relationship change for the better?
What, with us being apart?
Yeah, how could it change for the better? If we're not together, we losing our connection, we're not having any physical intimacy, no sex. How can it be better? It got to be worse.
Does absence make the heart grow fonder?
It might make me want to be with you more.
Yeah.
Right? Man, I really miss Charlie. You know, the old saying, you don't miss the water until the well runs dry.
Right.
So Charlie really misses me. So, you know, it create a better emotional and mental connection than you had before.
Yeah.
Because you're there, you might have been taking your partner for granted.
Yeah.
And now you really see how it is to not be with them, and it creates this connection that you couldn't have got if you were still. I can't even get this one out bad. It creates this powerful connection because of the separation.
Yeah, but for me, everyone is different. I don't know how long.
Well, we said earlier that the long distance can't be for
yeah, right.
forever.
Yeah, it's like
it's not gonna. It's definitely the likelihood of your relationship working if y'all always have a long distance relationship is greatly demised, which is why we say a lot of movie stars don't make it because they on the foundation of staying in long distance relationship. You know, the long distance relationship that is temporary for a moment in time.
Yes.
You know, those things can work, and that you know, missing the person can create this better connection. Okay?
Yeah.
I can't wait to get home. It's
right.
On and popping when I get to the house.
Now this discussion is clearly about, sounds to me like, you know, you're already there. We've already had an established relationship, even with the skit, and you decide to leave to go for money or whatever.
Right.
But there are, again, relationships that even start out this way.
Start out with, because you can look at a lot of, you know,
Yeah.
people, the military.
Yeah.
Military is
something
a prime
that
one that it may start off like that, you know, but it's still not something that should be sustained for a long period of time, because it will create, you know, a disconnection that's going to be hard to reconnect, because, you know, people change over time, and then the person that if you're in a long distance relationship for several years, then the person that you was with several years ago, when you see them again or be with them again, they have changed.
Right. All right. Okay. All right. So let's talk about some things that we should consider, or you should consider, if you're deciding to go ahead with your spouse going overseas for whatever reason, or
getting that money,
you're
making
deciding
it rain,
to,
y'all.
not even overseas. It can be in the U.S. that you're deciding to
whatever it is, right?
have a long distance relationship for whatever reason, or wherever it is.
Right, because first you want to kill the misconception, right? So that and open this door for this communication that should occur.
Right.
So there is no decision made without asking my partner how they feel. And I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna feel negative, they're gonna feel this way and stuff. So I don't want to involve them in the conversation. So definitely you want to kill that misconception. Now you open the door and says, hey, let's consider this. What does this look like and stuff, right? So I'm out there looking for a job. I should consider my partner.
Yeah, so of course this discussion is centered around the skit that was made. So, and when you say the first point here with the things that consider when making this decision, both couples making the decision together, even though it was because you were trying to do whatever you were trying to do, is very important that we both are okay with it. Because if we're both not okay with it, and one still says, you know, this is what we're going to do,
Yeah, because
I may develop some resentment feelings.
That's right, because I should not be filling out an application, applying for any overseas job without first discussing with my spouse. I don't apply for the job. They don't call me. I don't had an interview. I don't accepted the job, and you don't know anything about that.
Proverbs 18:13 in the Message tells us, answering before listening is both stupid and rude.
You trying to call me stupid and rude, Charlie?
Absolutely
Oh
not.
no!
Absolutely
the Message be putting
not.
it down, right? Stupid and rude,
Absolutely
right?
not.
You
Yes.
know, you know that occurred there. I didn't come to you and listen to what you had to say because of all these misconceptions going on in my brain.
Entertain.
I didn't entertain your
about
thoughts because I already knew your thoughts. Long distance relationship don't work. Ron gonna get over that. He's gonna cheat. He's gonna do all these things. It's gonna make the relationship worse. So I'm not gonna have a conversation with you. No. But if I don't have a conversation with you, therefore I do not listen. And as the scripture said, what?
Stupid and rude.
Stupid and rude. Okay.
All right. So let's go, and again, it's centered around this skit, this discussion. So the second component to that is, can we financially survive if this decision is not made, if you don't go? Can we financially survive? Is it possible that you can find a job, or
nope.
we can get to this goal we're trying to get to with you staying closer, staying at home in the house? It may not happen. It depends on what you're trying to do.
Because ultimately, you should not want to have a job overseas, right? So you have to ask that question.
Or that much separated.
Right.
You don't want to put a stigma out there that you should be trying to go overseas. We're not trying to do that. Mm-hmm.
You know, I might have been trying to go on purpose. Who knows? I might have been going over so I could cheat. Who knows what I was trying to do.
You got to go all the way overseas to do that?
Hey, it's easy, y'all. But definitely, you know, both partners should come together to look at their finance and see what are the alternatives.
Yeah,
what can we do?
Because people do that. They do make the decision, and especially several years ago, before we got to dealing with what we are dealing with now with COVID and everything, people are making decisions to go overseas so they can have that money and build whatever they're trying to do and not pay taxes with it. You know, so are we there now? Are we still there?
Because at the end of the day, you want to make an educated decision. You know what's best for the relationship.
Right.
And although you can look at being separated is not best, but if it's negatively affecting the finances, well, we may not have a place to stay, then perhaps that may be the best choice to make at that particular time. When you look at your finances, can we do this? Can we survive? Are you going to be able to get a job to maintain the bills that we currently have, and we don't lose our home, or we don't lose our car, or we don't, whatever the case may be and stuff? Because you know, last thing we want to do is being kicked out of our home. Right. And I could have had a job overseas when we got kicked out of our home. But Charlie thought I was going to go over there and cheat, so I couldn't get the job.
All right, so point number 3 we want to consider is trust in God. So Proverbs 3:5-6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him and he will make your paths straight.
That's right.
We trust in God that things are going to work out where they need to be, that we don't have to separate from our families to financially survive or what have you.
That's right, man. You know, this is huge. This scripture is huge, illustrating, highlighting the important facts of trusting in God. Okay? And sometimes, you know, in our own thought process, we may think we need to go overseas and get a job, or we may need to get a job in another state, or whatever the case may be. And perhaps a job is waiting right here for us. We just got to trust in God, which is the right thing to do. And that's why when we get to come together as a couple, we don't come together just us. We come together with God to help us make this decision. Yeah,
definitely praying about it and seeking the Lord's word on what you should do.
Right, because I love when he says, in all your ways submit to him.
Thank you, Lord. Yes.
That's right. You know, it's powerful when we can see that when we're making these decisions. You know, a lot of times as couples make the decision, they leave out God.
Right.
You know, I'm making this decision. We making this decision. No, we making a decision with God together as a couple to include God, so he can help us along the way, and so we don't make a decision that, you know, that makes it worse for us.
Right, definitely.
You know, you get this job overseas and your relationship get worse, like the misconception says. Right. That's not a misconception. No, it's true.
All right. So point number 4, is your relationship strong enough for the separation? Ecclesiastes 4:12 states, though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. And again, that's having God in your relationship. Really.
Yeah, the question you should be asking, do you have a 3-stranded relationship?
My gosh, yes.
Do you have a 3-stranded relationship?
3-strand cord, my God, that is powerful, yeah.
Yeah, so if you say yes, then you got a strong relationship that can test this thing of going overseas, and it's become powerful, because when you have that kind of relationship, then you have faith, you have trust, you're not worried about anything. So it's definitely you want to have a 3-stranded relationship. 3 people.
3-strand cord.
3-strand cord.
All right, so the last...
I call it 3-stranded relationship.
I heard you. And so the last point to consider, number 5, and it's a big one too as well, is can my family come with me? Can we go with you?
No, they cannot. I don't want y'all to come with me. I want to go by myself.
Can we go with you?
I want to go by myself.
That is something to definitely consider. Because how is it going to be, especially if you have children and stuff and things like that, and
I'm trying to get a break.
For a whole year. Can your family come with you? You know, how much is that going to take away from them?
Yeah, what does it look like?
Yeah.
Okay, if you got a house, maybe sell your house. Who knows? Put your house up for rent. You know, but that's something you want to consider. It's something you want to consider when you're having this conversation about which direction you should go as a couple and as a family, to ensure that, you know, the best thing is your family come with you, just like in the military. When you go places,
it's possible.
Yeah,
now we know
a lot of places you go in the military,
know.
your family can come with you unless they're going to war. But if they're not going to war, for the most part, your family can come with you.
Hey.
Well, I may not want you to come with me. I may need a break.
Yeah. But if we're coming back, you know, still again, you have to look at all of that.
If you're coming back, what does that mean?
We're coming back in a year. Where we going?
That's why I said you may sell, you may rent your house out. You know,
it's just a lot of things to consider.
Right. If you got a house, but if you're renting, what does that consider?
Yeah.
I'm out, y'all deuces. That's right. Because at the end of the day, if your finances is not good, it will impact your relationship in a negative way.
Now you have to make this decision about going somewhere else.
Because it'll create stress and pressure, frustration and confusion. It'll create doubt in your relationship when your finances is not right.
Right.
And that's why it's so important that y'all come together as a couple and don't look at it as look at it as we. It's our finances together as a couple. Because a lot of times, man, we think my finance, and I'm the breadwinner, and I gotta make the money, and my money gotta be sufficient enough, and then the money for my spouse is just extra money.
Oh, is it?
Some people think that way. Why is it? Yeah, some guys think that way. So I gotta be the breadwinner.
Okay, all right. So definitely a lot to consider in this skit that we did, and this topic that we did. Even though we use what we use for it, yours may be a little bit different, may look a little bit different. You may start off already in a long distance relationship, and we'd like to know how is that working for you, and how do you make it work if it does work, or if it's a temporary thing and that you're doing, and if you're doing it for financial gain, and is it goal set for your family? You know, if you're returning, it's a lot of things to look at, right?
That is so true, Charlie.
All right, so thank you guys for taking the opportunity to listen to this and join in our discussion. As I said, leave a comment, and we'll see you next week with another great topic.
See you later.
Bye.